1800 hours, Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Farzana Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister thanks the United States for additional $30 million in humanitarian assistance for flood victims in Pakistan. Shehbaz Sharif has directed to use all available resources on emergency basis for the rehabilitation of flood-affected people. Pakistan has expressed the desire to diversify its export portfolio to the European Union through linkages between trade and investment. PIA has completed all arrangements to resume direct weekly passenger flights to China from Sunday. All Parties Hurriyat Conference thanks people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Kashmiri diaspora for organizing peaceful protest rallies against illegal Indian military invasion of Kashmir on Black Day. And in the ICC T20 World Cup cricket tournament, both the scheduled matches between Afghanistan and Ireland and Australia and England were abandoned due to rain at Melbourne today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has thanked the United States for additional $30 million in humanitarian assistance for flood victims. In a tweet today, Shehbaz Sharif said the challenges of food, health and shelter still persist in the flood-affected areas with the start of winter. The Prime Minister urged the international community to show urgency in contributing to the UN flash appeal on relief assistance to mitigate the impact of tragedy. Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has directed the concerned authorities to use all available resources on emergency basis for rehabilitation of flood victims. He was chairing a review meeting on rehabilitation of flood victims in Islamabad today. Minister for Planning and Development S.N. Iqbal briefed the Prime Minister on the Post-Disaster Need Assessment Report for sustainable rehabilitation of the flood-affected people in the country. The report has been prepared with coordination of United Nations, Asian Development Bank and other international partners. The United States Ambassador to Pakistan, Donald Blum, called on Finance Minister Ishaq Dar in Islamabad today. The ambassador vowed to enhance bilateral relations between both the countries. Minister for Climate Change Sherry Rahman says a comprehensive strategy for rehabilitation of flood-hit areas of the country based on damage assessment report will be ready in a few days for implementation. Addressing a news conference in Islamabad today, she said that survey report on post-disaster damage assessment has been launched in collaboration with the provinces. The minister said flash floods caused havoc to our health, education and communication infrastructure, resulting in a loss of 3.3 trillion rupees. She said 3.4 trillion rupees are needed for rehabilitation of the flood-affected areas. Federal Minister for Overseas Pakistanis and Human Resource Development Sajid Hussain Turi says Pakistan, with the cooperation of Saudi Arabia, would establish a technical and vocational university for overseas Pakistanis. He was addressing the Pakistani diaspora at a discussion session hosted in his honour by Pakistan People's Party UK chapter in Ilford, United Kingdom. The minister reiterated that overseas Pakistanis are playing key role in the development of Pakistan. Hence, the development and welfare of Pakistanis is paramount, which was priority of the present government. He further elaborated that with the collaboration of OPF, a facilitation desk would be established in order to resolve the problems of Pakistanis and their dependents. He said that overseas Pakistanis would not be deprived of their voting rights. Sajid Turi also discussed the importance of implementation of cross-border trade and deliverance of maximum employment opportunities for Pakistanis. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. Minister for Commerce and Investment Syed Naveed Qamar met with the Executive Vice President of the EU Commission and the EU Trade Commissioner Valdis Dombrovskis in Brussels today. During his meeting with Valdis Dombrovskis, the minister underscored that the GSP Plus facility had been mutually beneficial and played an important role in the growth of trade between the two sides. He reaffirmed Pakistan's commitment towards the effective implementation of GSP Plus related international conventions and hoped that the new scheme would continue to focus on its primary aims of sustainable development. The minister conveyed Pakistan's desire to diversify its export portfolio to the EU by creating linkages between trade and investment. While highlighting the importance of Pakistan-EU trade and investment relations, Vice President Dombrovskis reaffirmed the EU's Commission's interest in further strengthening this partnership. Pakistan International Airlines has completed all arrangements to restart its direct weekly passenger flights on the Beijing-Islamabad-Beijing route from Sunday. According to official sources, PK854 will depart from Islamabad International Airport at 6:45 a.m. on Sunday morning and arrive at the Beijing Capital Airport at 14:55 p.m. local time. This flight will return to Islamabad later in the evening. The national flag carrier will resume its direct flights between Islamabad and Beijing after a gap of over 2.5 years. The last PIA flight was operated on this route on February 10, 2020. The Civil Aviation Administration of China stopped flights of all international airlines, including the PIA, to and from Beijing in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic prevention and control measures at the beginning of the year 2020. As per official sources, the Civil Aviation Administration of China has accorded approval to the PIA to restart its direct flight operation between Islamabad and Beijing, considering Pakistan as the only all-weather strategic partner of China. Incarcerated Chairman of All Parties Hurriyat Conference Musarrat Alam Bhatt has thanked the people of Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and Kashmiri diaspora for observing October 27 as Black Day and organizing peaceful protest rallies against the illegal Indian military invasion of Kashmir on that day in 1947. According to Kashmir Media Service, Musarrat Alam Bhatt, in a message sent from New Delhi's Tihar jail and released in Srinagar, said that by observing the Black Day, the people in Indian illegally occupied Jammu and Kashmir and the Kashmiri diaspora reiterated their pledge to never accept India's forceful occupation of their motherland and to resist its military aggression at all costs. He said that the observance of the Black Day by the Kashmiris must serve as an eye-opener for New Delhi, and it must respect their sentiments and give them their inalienable right to self-determination. Meanwhile, the occupation authorities kept senior APHC leader Mirwais Umar Farooq under house arrest and once again disallowed him to offer Jummah prayers at Jamia Masjid, Srinagar. He has been under continued house detention since August 5, 2019. Saudi Arabia's King Salman bin Abdulaziz and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman have sent their well-wishes to Iraq on the formation of the country's new government. The Saudi leaders sent their cables of congratulations to the Prime Minister of Iraq, Mohammed Shia al-Sudani, expressing best wishes for success and prosperity of the people of Iraq. North Korea fired 2 short-range ballistic missiles towards the sea today. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff said in a statement that its military detected the 2 launches from the northeastern coastal Tongjeon area around midday today. The statement strongly condemns the launches, calling them a grave provocation that undermines regional peace and violates UN Security Council resolutions banning any ballistic activities by North Korea. The British Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has been asked to raise UK defence spending. The Foreign Minister of Estonia, Urmas Reinsalu, said it is vital that all NATO countries to spend 3% of gross domestic product on defence. Britain currently spends just over 2% of GDP a year on defence. And now cricket. In the ICC T20 World Cup cricket tournament, both the matches between Afghanistan and Ireland and Australia and England were abandoned due to rain at Melbourne today. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold in northern areas during the next 12 hours. And with that, we come to the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan